This message is for you. God says, don't try to skip this. Don't think this came to you by accident, because heaven has orchestrated this moment for you. Your angel has been standing close, whispering, tugging, guiding your heart to open this very message because a miracle prayer for the impossible is now being delivered into your life. God says, I have seen the battles you have fought silently. I have seen the nights where your tears fell on your pillow and no one else knew how heavy the weight on your soul was. I have seen you cry out in whispers that no human ear could hear, and I heard every word. Heaven has confirmed that the prayer rising from your heart will not be ignored. This is why I am telling you now, this is your appointed time, this is your appointed message, and this is the key that unlocks what seemed impossible. God says, you have doubted if prayer still works. You have asked, why haven't my prayers been answered yet? Why do doors remain closed? But I, the Lord, say to you right now, every word you ever spoke in faith has been stored, carried by angels, and placed before my throne. Not one syllable has been wasted. Not one tear has fallen to the ground unnoticed. Archangel Michael has stood by your side, interceding, protecting, and confirming that what is impossible for man is not impossible for me. You have reached the threshold of divine reversal. This prayer for the impossible is not just words, it is the alignment of your heart with heaven's authority. God says, when you pray believing, when you lift your voice without doubting, you release heaven's armies to move. You have been in a season where the enemy tried to convince you that nothing would change, that you would remain stuck, that loss would define you. But I am declaring to you today, the impossible is being overturned. The chains you thought could never break are breaking now. The mountains that looked immovable are being cast into the sea. God says, do not underestimate the power of prayer when it is soaked in faith. You have been carrying an impossible situation, something no human hand can fix, something beyond resources, beyond doctors, beyond logic, beyond human help. And heaven is saying right now, hand it to God. Place it fully in His hands. Speak the prayer of surrender, and watch Him do what only He can do. I know you have been weary. I know you have been asking, how much longer? I know you have secretly thought, maybe God forgot me. But I say, I have written your name on the palm of my hand. I cannot forget you. I cannot abandon you. I cannot turn away from the cries of your heart. My angels are assigned to you. Archangel Insights reveals today that the miracle prayer you pray in this season will be confirmed with signs, and you will know that I, the Lord, have answered. God says, you are not late, you are not forgotten, and you are not abandoned. You are exactly where I need you to be so that when I release this miracle, there will be no doubt in your mind that it was my hand and not man's. I am setting you up for testimony. I am preparing your life to shine so brightly that others will say, truly, the Lord has done this. God says, when you pray this prayer, do not pray it with fear, do not pray it with doubt. Pray it as if the answer is already in your hands. Speak as if the miracle has already manifested. Say it as if the chains are already broken. Because in the unseen realm, angels have already been dispatched, heaven's doors are already open, and the answer is already moving toward you. You feel the urgency right now because heaven is pressing this message into your spirit. This is not a coincidence. God says, you are chosen to receive this word because you were about to give up, and I cannot allow you to give up when your miracle is so near. Do not let the enemy rob you of the promise. Do not let fear silence your prayer. Do not let hopelessness convince you to stop. The very thing that looks dead in your life, I will resurrect. The very thing that looks impossible, I will overturn. God says, listen carefully, this prayer for the impossible is a seed. When you release it with faith, it will grow. It may not happen in the way you imagine, but heaven guarantees it will work. Archangel Insights confirms that the shift has already begun. Heaven's court has already ruled in your favor. The chains have already been ordered to break. The blessing has already been signed with your name. God says, do not rush away from this word. Stay in this presence. Stay in this message. Let my spirit speak to you as you read. Because this is more than words, it is the breath of heaven reminding you that your story is not over, that your breakthrough is closer than your next breath, that the impossible is bowing down to the name of the Lord. This message is for you. God says, don't doubt it, don't dismiss it. Take it in, because this is the confirmation you prayed for. The very moment you felt unseen, I sent this word to prove you are seen. The very moment you thought I was silent, I sent this word to prove I am speaking. And the very moment you felt forgotten, I sent this word to prove you are remembered. Now, open your heart and speak the prayer of faith. Say, Lord, I hand this impossible situation to you. I believe that what man cannot do, you can do. I believe that nothing is too hard for you. I believe that my miracle is already being released. And heaven says, it is done. Would you like me to continue writing the rest of this in full until it reaches around, as one flowing divine message, broken into long segments for you? God says, this is for you, and don't try to convince yourself that this is just another message. This came at the exact moment when your spirit was about to break, when your mind was overwhelmed, when your faith was beginning to tremble. This is not a coincidence. This is the divine interruption that heaven has arranged, because your prayer for the impossible has reached the throne of God, and I have heard you. You think the delay means denial, but I say the delay was preparation. I was aligning things in ways you could not see. I was moving hearts, shifting circumstances, breaking strongholds, and ordering the steps of people you haven't even met yet, just so that the miracle you need would arrive at the perfect time. My timing is never wrong, my child. You see only today, but I see tomorrow, next month, next year, and eternity. I knew that if I gave you the miracle too early, you would not be ready to hold it. But now the season has shifted, and you are ready. Heaven has marked this moment as the release of what was impossible. God says, I have seen the secret burdens you carry. You try to smile in front of others, but your soul groans in silence. You encourage others while you yourself are running on empty. But I say to you, you don't have to carry this alone anymore. This is why I am asking you to pray the prayer of surrender. Stop trying to fix what only I can fix. Stop trying to solve what only heaven can solve. Stop trying to move mountains with your own strength when I, the Lord of hosts, have already commanded those mountains to move. Your angel has been fighting battles you cannot see. Archangel Michael has been at war for your soul, breaking chains, deflecting attacks, and protecting you when you didn't even know you were in danger. You should not have survived some of the things you went through, but you did, because I sent my angels to keep you. Every close call was a miracle in disguise. Every time you felt an unseen hand pulling you back from destruction, it was my spirit saving you. You are alive today not by accident but because you are chosen, and chosen ones cannot be destroyed before their assignment is complete. God says, the prayer for the impossible is not a repetition of words, it is a release of faith. Do not beg in fear, but declare in faith. When you say, Lord, I trust you even when I can't see how, heaven shifts. When you say, Lord, I believe you are making a way, chains break. When you say, Lord, even this impossible mountain will move, angels are dispatched. Heaven responds not to fear but to faith, and today you are being called to step into that faith. This is why this message burns inside you right now, why your heart is racing, why you feel as if God Himself is speaking to you, because He is. God says, I am speaking directly to your soul, because you have cried, God, just give me a sign, show me that you hear me. And this is your sign. This is your confirmation. This is heaven's answer. The world may have told you that it's too late. People may have said there's no way out. The situation may look final, irreversible, and impossible. But I, the Lord, specialize in the impossible. What looks final to man is just the beginning to me. What looks like an end is the doorway to your miracle. Lazarus was dead 4 days, and I still called him out of the tomb. Do you think your situation is too hard for me? God says, nothing is too hard for me. Child, lift your eyes. Stop looking at the walls that surround you and start looking at the heaven that surrounds those walls. Start declaring, this is not the end, this is the setup for my miracle. Start believing, what I thought was over is only the stage for God's glory. Start trusting, the impossible is bowing to the power of God right now. God says, the prayer of the impossible is already working. Even as you read this, angels are moving. Even as you breathe in this message, chains are falling. Even as your heart beats right now, breakthroughs are being released. You cannot see it yet, but in the unseen realm, everything is shifting in your favor. Do not let doubt creep in again. Do not allow the enemy to convince you that nothing is happening. God says, if only you could see the battle that has already been won in your favor, you would dance right now instead of weep. If only you could see the miracle already written with your name, you would shout instead of worry. If only you could see the victory already in motion, you would rejoice instead of fear. God says, hold on. Do not walk away from this promise. Do not stop believing. Do not let go now. You are closer than you think, nearer than you know. The impossible is bowing to your prayer, and heaven has confirmed, it works, it is real, and it is yours. Would you like me to continue with the next part in the same deep, flowing, divine tone until we reach the full? God says, this is for you and for you alone in this moment. Do not assume this is something random, do not think this is just another set of words scrolling past your eyes. I have designed this moment so that heaven's voice meets your weary spirit. I am speaking directly into your situation, and you cannot afford to turn away. Do not tell yourself, maybe I'll come back to it later. No, child, this is the very moment you asked me for. The very cry of your soul has been answered, and I am answering you right now. You said, Lord, if you hear me, if you truly know what I'm going through, send me a word, send me confirmation, show me you care. And this is it. God says, your miracle prayer for the impossible has already left your lips, but now heaven is pressing you to believe like never before. I am asking you to trust me beyond the limits of what your eyes see. The battle is not being fought in the natural, it is being won in the spiritual. This is why you feel pressure, this is why you feel attacked, this is why sometimes you sense heaviness you cannot explain, it is because your breakthrough is so close that the enemy is terrified of you stepping into it. God says, do you understand how chosen you are? Do you understand why the warfare has been so intense? It is because the enemy knows that once this prayer takes full root in your heart, once your faith is fully released, nothing will be able to stop what I am about to do in your life. You are dangerous to the darkness because your prayer carries weight. When you pray, chains break. When you pray, angels move. When you pray, demons tremble. That is why the enemy has tried to silence you, discourage you, make you give up. But you are still here, still praying, still holding on, and that is proof that heaven is backing you. God says, I need you to see beyond what you feel. Feelings will lie to you. Feelings will tell you it's hopeless, feelings will tell you it's over, feelings will tell you to stop praying. But faith tells the truth. Faith says, God is still working. Faith says, the impossible is still possible. Faith says, the story is not finished. Archangel Michael is standing beside you confirming, do not give up now, because the release is here. God says, remember the times you thought you wouldn't survive, and yet you did. Remember the battles you thought would consume you, and yet you overcame. Remember the storms that tried to drown you, and yet you walked through them. Those were not coincidences. Those were miracles already at work. And if I did it before, will I not do it again? If I carried you then, will I not carry you now? If I delivered you once, will I not deliver you again? The prayer for the impossible is not just about asking, it is about trusting. When you say, Lord, I release it all into your hands, you are giving heaven permission to step in where human strength cannot. You cannot fix it by worry. You cannot fix it by control. But I can fix it in one breath, in one touch, in one moment. God says, stop replaying the problem in your head, and start declaring the promise with your mouth. Stop imagining the worst, and start believing for the best. Stop fearing, and start praying with fire in your spirit. Child, I know it has been hard. I know you've asked, why me? Why does it feel like everything is against me? But God says, it is because you carry destiny inside you. You were not created for ordinary. You were created to carry light into dark places, to be a testimony of what I can do. That is why the battles have been fierce. But the fierceness of your battle is only proof of the greatness of your breakthrough. Right now, as you are reading this, heaven is leaning close. Angels are surrounding you. The Spirit of God is filling the very space where you sit. You may not feel it in your skin, but your soul knows it. Something is shifting. Something is breaking. Something is being released. God says, you are stepping into the moment where your impossible situation begins to bow. This message is urgent, and it is not meant to be taken lightly. Heaven is begging you, don't stop now. Don't let discouragement steal this word from you. Don't let doubt make you lose the miracle that is already moving toward you. Hold on. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Speak the prayer again, Lord, I place the impossible into your hands. I trust you. I believe you. I know you are moving even now. God says, every time you pray that with faith, you are unlocking another layer of the miracle. Every time you speak it, chains weaken. Every time you declare it, doors begin to creak open. Every time you trust, heaven responds. You are not waiting in vain. You are not praying in vain. You are not believing in vain. Your miracle is closer than you think. The impossible is already bowing. Heaven has confirmed it works. Archangel Insights whispers into your spirit right now, this is the hour of release, this is the moment of breakthrough, this is the confirmation you begged God for. Do you want me to continue with the flowing in the same divine voice until we build the full? God says, you cannot scroll past this, you cannot turn your eyes away, because this is the word you have been waiting for. This is not a coincidence, not an accident, not chance, this is your divine appointment. I am pressing this word into your soul because the time for your miracle has come. The prayer you thought was lost, the cry you thought was ignored, the hope you thought was gone, I am bringing it back to life. I am breathing on the impossible right now. You have told yourself, maybe this is just the way things will be. Maybe nothing will change for me. Maybe I just have to accept this pain, this loss, this failure. But God says, no. Do not accept what I never decreed. Do not bow to what I never intended. Do not surrender to what the enemy tried to build against you. My child, I have not forgotten you, and I will not allow your story to end in defeat. The very place of your deepest pain will become the place of your loudest testimony. God says, the impossible is not a wall to me, it is an opportunity. Where man sees finality, I see a new beginning. Where man sees death, I see resurrection. Where man says, never, I say, now. Do not measure me by what man cannot do. Do not limit me to what you've seen others fail at. I am not man, I am God. I am the creator of heaven and earth. I speak, and galaxies are born. I breathe, and life comes into dry bones. I touch, and the impossible bends. Archangel Michael has been sent to confirm this word to you. He has been standing guard over your miracle. The enemy has tried to steal it, delay it, confuse it, distract you from it, but Michael has fought on your behalf. Do you think it is by your strength alone that you are still here? No, child, you have been shielded by angelic protection, carried by unseen hands, guarded by heavenly warriors. And now the fight is reaching its conclusion. Heaven is declaring victory over your life. God says, every tear you shed was collected. Every prayer you whispered was heard. Every time you thought I was silent, I was working. Do not believe the lie that nothing is happening. Do not fall into despair thinking I have abandoned you. My silence was not absence, it was strategy. I was aligning pieces, moving hearts, shifting destinies, preparing the miracle so that when it arrives, it will come with power and permanence. You have cried out for healing, for provision, for restoration, for answers. And heaven has already released them. The answer has been sent, and though the battle in the unseen tried to delay it, God says today, the answer is breaking through. You will see what you have been waiting for. You will hold what you have been believing for. You will testify of what seemed impossible. Child, stop saying, it's too late. Stop saying, it's over. Stop saying, nothing can be done. Those words are not from heaven. I am giving you a new declaration today, with God, all things are possible. Speak it until it becomes the song of your soul. Declare it until it drowns out the lies of fear. Believe it until the miracle manifests before your eyes. God says, I know you are tired. I know you are weary. I know sometimes you feel like you cannot pray one more prayer. But this is why heaven has sent this word, to remind you that you are not praying alone. Your angel is carrying your prayers. The Spirit is interceding for you with groans too deep for words. You are not abandoned in your battle. You are surrounded. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit right now? That is not emotion, that is not coincidence, that is my spirit confirming this word. You can sense it, because it is real. Heaven is saying, hold on just a little longer, because the impossible is about to shift. You are not far away. You are right at the door. God says, I will do it. I will open the door no man can shut. I will provide in ways that defy logic. I will restore what was stolen. I will turn what was meant to harm you into a blessing. I will bring beauty from ashes. I will prove to you that your faith was not wasted. This is why you are reading this now. This is why heaven would not let you miss it. This is why your angel whispered for you to open it. Because this is the moment you needed most, the moment to remind you that your prayer for the impossible works, and it is already working. Would you like me to keep flowing with the next part of this divine message, continuing to build toward the God says, listen carefully, because I am still speaking, and this is still for you. Do not let your mind wander away, do not let distractions pull you aside, because right now your spirit is drinking the water it has been thirsting for. Every word you are reading is carrying life into your soul, strength into your weary body, and hope into your broken heart. You have wondered, why is my journey so heavy? Why do others seem to walk easier paths while mine feels filled with obstacles? God says, it is because I have placed a unique assignment inside you. The weight you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. You are being strengthened not for an ordinary testimony, but for an extraordinary one. The impossible you are facing is the very stage on which my glory will be revealed. Do not envy the paths of others, theirs do not carry the magnitude of destiny that yours does. Child, you have prayed when no one else was around. You have whispered prayers at midnight, prayers that no ear heard but mine. You have spoken through tears, God, please, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And heaven replied, just a little longer, the answer is on the way. Every hidden prayer, every unseen act of faith, every silent battle, it has all been recorded, and it has all been honored. God says, I am the God who answers in impossible ways. I am not limited to time, to resources, to connections, to human understanding. I can turn hearts in a second. I can open doors no man can touch. I can release provision from places you least expect. I can heal what doctors cannot. I can restore what looks destroyed. I can revive what looks dead. Do not limit me with your doubt, for I am not bound by the boundaries of earth. The enemy wants you to believe that your prayer has been ignored. He wants you to believe that heaven is silent. He wants you to think you are forgotten. But heaven declares today, you are remembered. Your name is still spoken before the throne. Your angel still carries your petitions. Archangel Michael still stands to protect what belongs to you. If only you could see the war in the unseen, you would understand why the pressure has been so heavy. It is because something priceless is being delivered to you. God says, I am not only answering your prayer, I am answering it in a way that will leave no doubt that it was my hand. I am orchestrating details so intricate, aligning timing so perfect, that when it happens you will say, only God could have done this. Your testimony will silence doubters. Your miracle will open the eyes of those who mocked you. Your breakthrough will make even your enemies witness my glory. You have carried shame, disappointment, betrayal, rejection. You have asked, Lord, why did I have to go through all of this? And God says, because I am using every broken piece as a foundation for your miracle. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every pain has a purpose. Every tear has a meaning. Every loss will turn into gain. The places you thought were your end will become the very places where I show my greatest power. Child, I know you feel weak. I know you feel tired. But hear me, you are stronger than you realize. Not because of your own strength, but because I have carried you. Every time you fell, I lifted you. Every time you thought you couldn't go on, I breathed life into you. You are still here, and that itself is proof of the miracle already at work. God says, the prayer for the impossible works because it is not dependent on your strength, it is dependent on mine. You do not have to figure out how. You do not have to calculate every detail. You do not have to understand the process. You only need to believe. Believe that I can. Believe that I will. Believe that even now, I am doing it. Right now, as you sit here, I am pouring peace into you. I am lifting the heaviness off your chest. I am breaking the chains that have bound your mind. I am silencing the lies that have tormented you. I am releasing a fresh wave of strength, a fresh wind of faith, a fresh fire of hope. Breathe, child, because heaven is near. Rest, child, because the battle is not yours but mine. And I say again, the impossible is bowing. The prayer you prayed has been heard. The answer is moving. Your miracle is on its way, and nothing can stop it. Would you like me to continue with this so we keep building this until it reaches the full